We got a ton of tricks for you today, so we're going to get right into it. But don't forget, if you do have a trick that you want to submit to be in a future video, then join my Discord linked down below. If we can get this video to 10,000 likes, then I will literally go and buy an MPX just so I can put an ACOG on it IRL, and then I'll post a picture of it on Twitter and get banned. So without further ado, let's get into the first trick. Up first is the Osa shield spot so that you can vault onto the cafe skylight even faster than the old method. From here, you can watch the diffuser get crazy angles into weird spots that defenders aren't going to expect. It's super easy. Literally just face the skylight and hold down the deploy button and walk backwards. In the first spot that you start to deploy your shield, it's going to work. Once you do that, just vault over, and then the tips of your toes are going to catch the ledge, and then you will be able to run up the skylight. Just make sure you don't fall through from the high points, because the skylight is high enough that you're not going to be able to survive that much fall damage. Now, the next pro tip that I got for you today is that if you're stuck on the main menu because of an abandoned section from getting DDoSed, then I got the perfect thing for you to do, and it's to play the best mobile game ever, Raid Shadow Legends, by using my QR code or links in the description on your phone or PC. My favorite thing besides the champions that make Doc ACOG look like a pushover is the addicting PvP and the Doom Tower, which is basically a giant prison in the endgame where it's our job to go in there and slap some heads before the enemies get out. In order to climb to the top of the Doom Tower, you're going to need an army of champions, because the regular Doom Tower floors tend to be pretty easy, but the bosses are really tough. A couple of the bosses even need specific mechanics to beat them, like the Scarab King, who barely takes any damage unless you reduce his max HP. If you attack him without a shield buff, then he's going to spawn peek you, just like how we're going to do to other people later in the video. There's also a ton happening in Raid this month with special events and new champions, and the big update coming is the Guardian Ring, which is a huge feature that gives you a load of new ways to use your champions, including a whole faction guardian system, a new way to get legendary champions that you missed out on, and an entirely new way to upgrade your favorite champions. If you want to get a huge head start, then hit the link in the description or scan my QR code and you'll get the epic hero Chinoru, who is amazing in Doom Tower, plus 200k silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and an ancient shard to summon another new champion. All of those rewards will be in your inbox for 30 days, so take advantage of that, and a huge thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Up next is the second updated method for a trick that Gustis found, and it's how you can get up on the dresser in Dorm's main hall. Now, yes, we did cover this previously, but some items got moved around and then the vault prompt was really difficult to find, but now it is perfected. Once you destroy all the random stuff on top of the dresser and the coat rack, you'll need to go prone and then back up to around the 4th wood panel on the floor. Stand up and then look in the general area that you see me do. This is going to differ slightly depending on where you unprone, but the idea is still the same. We haven't done this one since last season, so since there's this new method, people are going to be even more surprised when you take them out all the way outside Big Window. Up next is the crazy banana spawn peek that has potential to take out anyone that's like 4 steps away from the jewelry front spawn, but I do find this trick to be even cooler and more practical when it's used a few seconds later into the round, because you're going to be able to see anybody that passes behind the newsstand. This is a much higher traffic area than like towards the back of that ambulance that you saw earlier, and it's just not a spot that attackers would even think that it's possible to get a shot on from. So comment down below what the reactions are when you land this one the next time you play Bank. Up next, we have 2 Osa shield tricks, with this first one being a claymore bait. Now, you can't melee your own shield to break it anymore, but it still can be used the same way. Plus, if someone does melee it, then they're going to feel even more confident to go behind it and start the defuse, or fall into another trap that you may have set up for them. This one isn't as practical as the next one, but it's just good to know about. Now, going up on the north side of border, which is vehicle customs, we can get this crazy lineup through the archives window that's going to take out anybody that's peeking the common line of sight out the window, and this can even get people that are standing and anchoring up on top of the fountain. This one actually is pretty crazy because it's so easy to set up, and if you don't see anybody, you can always just pick up your shield and move on. We have done a couple other elevated Osa vault spots in the past, and I'll leave those videos linked down below if you like this one, but as of right now, this is one that really nobody is expecting. Moving over to consulate, we have the big brain Valkyrie camera that can watch the high traffic areas of long desk and meeting room. Just throw your camera below the light that's above on the side of long desk, and even after you break out the wall, the glow still makes it so difficult to see, even when you're looking straight at it. I used to throw 1 camera in the meeting room that's behind the plant in the corner, and then 2 outside when I defend upstairs, but this new camera is now going to be replacing my kind of go-to plant cam. And this cam can see all the way out to the balcony, so you can make some crazy traps from basic pre-placed ones, or my favorite, when you go below and then you can throw a C4 up through the floor out the window and take out any Blackbeards that have been there the entire round. Next up is a wall bang that you need to know about on Coastline. You can actually just simply run out of the new VIP wall and then shoot through the DJ booth wall on the north to go for a lucky wall bang and get called a hacker. It's also pretty safe to go for. The next trick on Coastline is probably the craziest cage spot of all time on Coastline, and it's one that Kayak pulled off in the actual Pro League game, which is pretty insane. This one did take me a few tries to perfect, but you can just pause the video or try it for yourself, and after you land it the first time, you're going to be able to remember the lineup pretty easily. When I threw mine, I was leaning right and just slightly out and forward of the DJ booth door. The settings I'm using in this video are 90 FOV, and I play on 16:9, if that puts it into perspective at all. All right, so I wanted to include this quick 15-second did you know because Kapkan's just crazy good right now. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but Kapkan traps when placed actually do make a noise. Now, you are going to have your headset basically making your ears bleed in order to hear it, but they do make sounds. Moving on, we got a C4 Kapkan buff combo, and it's kind of a meme strap, but when you really break it down and think about it, I think it's gonna work more often than not. We're basically just doing a different type of C4 bait by making the other team think that we're dumb by placing it in a weird spot where they can obviously hear it. Obviously, this isn't gonna work against like a Thatcher, but if you decide to go for this in ranked, he's gonna be banned 99% of the time anyways. Now, if the attacker does decide to go for a prefire on the C4, then he's not gonna die to the C4, but you're gonna get a kill even quicker because the double stacked tripwire is gonna insta kill him. It's just kind of funny because it's a set and forget strat, so I can't wait to go for this more and see what happens. Moving over to Clubhouse, we got two angles that we can get from up above on this elevated spot, with the first one going to be an angle that goes over the shelving unit all the way to behind the bar in church, and you can even see the top of their head even if they're crouching behind the bar. This spot has some crazy potential for retaking site if you lose church as a defender, or taking out that last anchor if you have arsenal control and you're attacking. Anyone that's behind the bar also just has so many different angles that they are going to need to watch that they won't notice the 2 pixels of the top of your head above the shelf, and even if they do notice it after checking a couple angles, then it's going to be too late for them. Now, this one here is more of a did you know, and it's a did you know that there's actually 2 of the concrete blocks that aren't fully attached or flush with the wall because this area is kind of just broken. I feel like this is just something that not a lot of people realize because it's such a different wall versus the regular types of wall that we see. And it's not like a weird glitched wall bang or anything. It's literally just the brick is out of place and we have a line of sight. So to the best of my knowledge, it's not a glitch. Not trying to cover glitches at all. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today. So come join the official Coconut Brah Discord server linked down below and submit a trick if you want to be in the next episode. And don't forget, if you need a restock or want to try G Fuel for the first time, then code BRAH is going to get you 30% off until the 8th. I'll see you all very soon in the next video. I love you all. Peace.